All right, so have you ever had that moment where, like, your phone's about to die
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're, like, scrambling for a charger? It's, like, the worst.
It's the modern day nightmare, right? Our phones are like everything.
Seriously. So today, we're going to dive into something that claims to solve that problem, a smart power bank.
Oh, interesting.
We've got the documentation here, and it sounds like it's way more than just a regular battery pack.
Yeah, the whole idea of a smart power bank is pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
not just about charging your phone, but doing it the right way.
Okay, so what makes it so smart?
Well, one thing is the LED indicator. Instead of those little bars that are kind of vague, this one tells you exactly how much power's left.
Oh, so no more guessing games.
Exactly.
I like that. So besides that, what else makes it special?
So there's this thing called intelligent current control. Imagine a charger that knows exactly how much power your phone needs at any given time.
Wait, so it like analyzes my phone or something?
Pretty much. It figures out the optimal charging current. So your phone gets a fast charge when it needs it, but it's not going to overload the battery.
So it's not just about speed, it's also protecting my phone's battery for the long haul.
Exactly. Overcharging can actually damage your battery over time. This power bank prevents that.
Smart. Okay, the documentation also mentions something called auto sleep mode. What's that about?
Yeah, that's all about efficiency. The power bank basically goes to sleep when it's not being used. So it saves energy and it's always ready to go.
So it's like always on standby but not wasting power?
Exactly. Convenience and energy efficiency all in one.
I like it. Now, what about speed? How fast can this thing charge my phone?
So there are actually two charging speeds, a standard charge at 800 milliampere hours per hour.
Hold on, milliampere hours per hour. What does that even mean?
Basically, it's a measure of how much charge the power bank delivers over time. 800 milliampere is a good speed for everyday use.
Okay, and you said there's a faster option too.
Yep. If you need a quick boost, it can also deliver a fast charge of 1000 milliamp.
Nice. Less time plugged in, more time out and about.
Exactly.
Now I have like a million devices. Will this work with all of them?
You're covered. This power bank has universal compatibility, so it works with pretty much anything. Phones, tablets, you name it.
Phew, that's a relief. So we've got a smart power bank that charges quickly and safely, saves energy, and works with all my devices. That's a pretty good start.
It is. And there's even more to talk about. What about safety?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's super important. What kind of safety features does this thing have?
It's got multiple layers of protection against things like overcharging short circuits and even extreme temperatures.
Okay, so this thing's not gonna like explode in my bag, right? I've heard some scary stories about power banks overheating.
Yeah, no, this one has built-in safeguards. It constantly monitors the temperature and shuts down automatically if things get too hot.
So it's like got its own internal fire extinguisher.
You could say that. It's all about peace of mind.
Well, this is sounding less like a power bank and more like a whole power management system.
That's a great way to put it. It's taking portable power to a whole new level.
So we've established this power bank is smart, efficient, and safe. But there's got to be more to it than that.
Definitely. There's a lot more to discover about this device and what it means for the future of consumer electronics.
Ooh, I like where this is going. Stick with us for part 2 of this deep dive, where we'll dig deeper into the implications of this technology and what it might mean for you as a user.
It's crazy how much we rely on our phones these days.
I know, right? They're like an extension of ourselves.
Totally. They're not just phones anymore. They're how we connect with the world, how we entertain ourselves.
It's true. And like we were saying, a dead phone can really mess up your day. So, okay, let's say I'm sold on this smart power bank thing. What should I look for when I'm shopping for one? What makes a good one stand out?
Good question. First off, battery capacity is super important. That's measured in milliampere hours, or mAh.
Yeah.
It tells you how much total charge the power bank can hold.
So higher mAh means more charges for my phone.
Exactly. With a higher capacity, you can charge your phone multiple times before needing to recharge the power bank itself.
Makes sense. But I'm guessing there's a trade-off, right? Like a massive power bank probably isn't very portable.
Yeah, you're right. There's a balance between capacity and portability. Think about how you use your phone. If you just need occasional top-ups, a smaller power bank might be enough. But if you're always on the go and need multiple charges, then a bigger one makes more sense, even if it's a bit bulkier.
So capacity is key, but it depends on your needs. What else should we be thinking about?
Charging speed is another big one. Look for a power bank with both standard and fast charging options like the one we've been talking about.
Right, with its 800 milliAh standard charge and 1000 milliAh fast charge. Can you remind me what that mAh thing means again?
Sure. It stands for milliampere hours per hour. Basically, it shows how quickly the power bank can charge your device. Higher AMH means a faster charge.
Okay, so if I need a quick boost, I'd use that 1000 mAh fast charge.
Exactly. It's like a quick energy shot for your phone. And of course, don't forget about compatibility. You want a power bank that works with all your devices.
For sure, I wouldn't want to get one that only works with my phone but not my tablet.
Right. Look for power banks that say they're compatible with different operating systems and device types. And last, but definitely not least, safety should always be a top priority.
Absolutely. We talked about some of the safety features in the smart power bank. What should people look for to make sure they're choosing a safe and reliable one?
Look for power banks that have multiple safety certifications and features built in. Overcharge protection is crucial. It stops the power bank from charging your device after it's full, which can damage the battery.
That makes sense. What other safety features are important?
Short circuit protection is a must-have. It protects both the power bank and your device if there's a short circuit, which can happen with faulty wiring or connections. Temperature protection is also key. It keeps the power bank from overheating, which can be dangerous.
So it sounds like there's a lot to consider when buying a power bank. It's not as simple as just grabbing any random one.
You got it. It's worth doing some research and comparing features before you buy anything.
Okay, so we're looking for a power bank with a good balance of capacity and portability, fast charging options, compatibility with our devices, and strong safety features.
Exactly. And the smart power bank we've been discussing checks all those boxes. It's a great example of a high-quality portable power solution. But beyond the practical stuff, I think there's a bigger conversation to be had about what this kind of technology means.
I like where you're going with this. What's the bigger picture?
Well, think about it. This isn't just a power bank. It's a glimpse into a future where our devices are getting smarter and more intuitive.
Yeah, it's like it knows what we need and adapts to it. We've gone beyond just power to smart power.
Exactly. And that brings up some interesting questions. What does this kind of intelligent power management mean for other devices?
If a power bank can be this smart, what other everyday gadgets are going to get this intelligent upgrade?
And how will that change our lives? It's a really exciting time to be following the evolution of technology, but it also raises some potential concerns.
Oh, like what?
Well, for example, as devices get more advanced, there's always the question of data privacy. How much information are they collecting about how we use them?
That's a good point. It's something we should all be thinking about as we embrace these new technologies.
Definitely. We'll dive into those concerns and more in part 3 of our deep dive.
You know, all this talk about smart power banks and their features, it really makes you think about the bigger picture, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's easy to just focus on the convenience, but there's a lot more going on under the surface.
Totally. Like we were talking about in the last part, data privacy is a huge issue.
Yeah.
As our devices become more intelligent, are we giving up some of our privacy along the way?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's really important to be aware of the data these devices might be collecting and what they're doing with it.
It feels like a trade-off, you know? We want the convenience of smart gadgets, but we also want to protect our personal information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where informed choices come in. We need to read reviews, research brands that care about data security, and understand the permissions we give our devices. It's about taking control.
So it's not about saying no to technology altogether. It's about being smarter about the technology we choose to use.
Exactly. Being empowered consumers, understanding what we're getting into, and making choices that align with our values. But you know what else this smart power bank makes me think about?
What's that?
Energy consumption. With all the talk about efficiency, it really highlights the bigger issue of how much energy we use as a society.
That's a good point. We're all trying to be more eco-conscious these days, and our reliance on electronic devices plays a role in that.
It does. And this power bank, with its intelligent charging and auto sleep mode, it's a small but significant step towards greater energy efficiency. It's not just about charging our devices, it's about changing how we think about energy.
Like a little reminder to be more mindful.
Yeah, exactly. If a power bank can be this smart about power, imagine what's possible for other devices in our homes and everyday lives.
Right. What if all our gadgets were designed with energy efficiency in mind?
We could seriously reduce our energy consumption and carbon footprint.
Not to mention save some money on our electricity bills.
Exactly. It's a win-win for our wallets and the planet. So, in a way, this little power bank represents a shift towards a more sustainable future.
It really makes you think about how technology can be used to address some of the big challenges we face. It's not just about gadgets anymore, it's about creating a better world.
Absolutely. And I think that's the key takeaway here. We started by talking about a specific product, but we've ended up discussing the role of technology in building a more sustainable and responsible future. That's pretty cool.
It is. It's been a fascinating deep dive, and I hope our listeners are leaving with a new appreciation for the power of innovation. Not just to make cool gadgets, but to improve our lives and our planet.
Well said. Couldn't agree more.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of smart power banks. We hope you've enjoyed the conversation, and until next time, stay curious.